ASL Prime League.
Okay, guys, welcome back. It is the last match of the night to determine who will take the second spot into round 16 from Group H. One of the players up for that prestigious award is down here in the bottom left of all the shipyard. He's the yellow Terran player from Team Gravity. It's Semper.
And his opponent, currently 2-2 tonight in Group H. From Poland, in the top right-hand corner, red Zerg player, Nerchio. Semper is 0 in... is he 0-4? No, can he be? No, that's incorrect. Semper also 2-2, both players kind of even out.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, both players 2-2. Whatever that means here, both players losing some, winning some. This is the Lazarus match, guys. The first game in that Lazarus match, best of 3. Whoever wins this will join Masa in the round of 16. Started off for Semper here. Funny thing, he had a Reaper and then he canceled it and put a Reactor. So we won't get to see that all so sought after Reaper timing, but it'll be a Reactor.
That's interesting.
It was a Reaper for like 1/2 a second, and then he canceled it and threw down the Reactor.
Okay.
Like it may have just been out of habit.
I guess so. Maybe. I was wondering whether he, like, didn't scout Lings at the right spot in the thing to defend. I don't know. It's a bit funny, but...
Metabolic boost started for Nerchio.
Yeah, he's going to have his Ling speed up nice and fast. And, everything looks, pretty nice. That's going to be relatively quick. I don't know. It's difficult. Again, I think with Legacy Void, you can't get a couple things. Yeah.
Actually, no. No, it is quick. No, I'm looking at Masa. Masa's metabolic boost in previous games started at 204. Sorry, not Masa. Ender's metabolic boost in previous games started at 204, and that started at 2 minutes. So I think it's pretty. I think it's normal-ish.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't put it past Ender to get some fast metabolic boosts as well. But,
well, whatever. Way, my previous times written down, they all started at about 2 minutes.
Semper's got a couple. He's getting Reacted Reaper out here. Apparently, this is the build.
Wait, I like how he says that. So wait. So now Semper, does Semper know the build? There's a plethora. There's a multitude of builds. Yeah, Semper's like, Oh, trying to DPS that hatch down just a little bit more with some KD8 charges. I like that.
Yeah.
Really quickly, what would you say build order-wise would be a not fast speed? Because I feel like no matter what, a lot of Zerg openers, at least ZVT, rely on you getting speed kind of at what would seem like a normal time, right? You get pool, you go hatch pool gas, or you go hatch gas pool. Either way, what would be the later-ish speed?
Well, I don't know. I think it's really tough to say in Legs of the Void. But
not like timing-wise, but just build order-wise. Why would you actually get speed not right there? Unless you're going Ravager, Roach Ravager.
Just to pump out more drones for Econ, because you haven't got gas there.
Yeah. Well, 10 drones right on the way. Roach Warren coming down for Nerchio, and while we were talking about that, not actually that. I don't know how many Lings died. I don't actually think that many Lings died when they went for the surround, but the KD8 charges, as usual, did actually just allow the Reapers to get out of so many sticky situations.
Yeah, it makes them even more slippery.
So Reapers with stim, that'd be scary.
Oh god, no. They might actually be like viable as marine replacements then. No, I don't think so. They're too slow.
But they heal themselves. You wouldn't need medevacs.
Medevacs are good for in-combat healing more so than the out-of-combat, I would say.
Yeah. For now, though, roaches are on the way. They're being made at the moment. Lair also on the way for Nerchio. Looks like he's going to go for... I don't know actually what yet. It's not really completely chosen. We have to see what he gets past Lair. But he does have the Reaper counter kind of on the way. He's got 4 gas. Fire, but I've seen some other random stuff out of 4 gas too. I've seen some really wicked Roach Hydra compositions or Roach Hydra Lurker.
That would be pretty cool. I guess we'll see what he puts down now that his lair is finished up here. For now, just roach speed on the way. So definitely looking more towards Roach Hydra than just kind of like a couple of defensive roaches into Ling Bane Neuter, but it could just be a little bit of Roach Ling pressure is what Nerchio is wanting to apply here. Certainly these Lings are going to be able to surge forwards up here, but finding a bit too many Marines. Nerchio is slightly slow on the retreat. So, a bit of a shame about him.
Nerchio just put down a 5th gas and took a 4th base. This is I don't know about the 4th base timing, albeit Legacy of the Void, but he's got an extra gas. There's 2 Evo chambers. I mean, beastly upgrades. He's got 700 minerals in the bank. No Spire being made. We'll see.
I think the upgrades are a little late. At the very least, they're behind Semper's.
Well, I just mean as in like, what is? Oh, Infestation Pit Baneling Nest. Okay.
Yeah.
Fungal into Banelings.
Ooh, I don't know actually. He's gone for melee attack upgrades. Reapers coming in here, continuing to be annoying, killing off a couple of drones, and yeah, with this many Reapers and the KDA charges, they definitely did a lot of damage, but getting themselves a bit stuck here. I think he was trying to jump over that.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I was like, what's gonna happen if he like flies off game wise?
Yeah, but anyway, Semper with the medevacs getting loaded up, ready for a drop. They're going to be going in towards the natural as soon as they get an angle into that, and that's pretty good. But yeah, Infestors are going to be started up in just a couple of seconds here. So see what Nerchio has planned for them.
Nerchio is going to see this drop, but the Infestation Pit and the Baneling Nest and 2 Evo Chambers are in the natural base. That is a juicy target to try to stim and just focus down. Nerchio is on the way back home, but he's not quite going to be there. And Lair, actually. Or sorry, and Hive. Whatever he chooses to kill is going to be really good. If he can kill something.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Focusing down pathogen glands.
Oh, that's
no
nice.
No infestors got out. Not a single infestor.
No, that's true. All that invested in there. And this is a great drop positioning as well. The roaches derping around in the back as the Marauders and Marines pummel their damage into it. Nerchio has to move more and more units in here to actually try and deal with this. The Queen's going to get taken down as well. Oh, beautiful positioning. The Marauder able to tank everything here. And yeah, just loading up and going down towards that natural base. Again, nestled in these little patches. +1/+1 finished up for Semper as well. So a little while before Nerchio's meta upgrades kick in.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty good little bit of harass there.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the decision to kill Infestation Pit, because if you think about it, if he kills one of the Evo Chambers, the build is still viable. If he kills the Baneling Nest, there's still +1/1 for Lings, and you can just pump out Lings. So I like the Infestation Pit. It stopped this build in the tracks, and we're going to see what he does. Ultralisk Cavern coming out, but Semper, he has got a sneaky idea with Liberators, and there's only one Queen in that base. This could be... Oh, and Banelings. Oh. The possibility of the Baneling kills was so close.
Yeah, but in the end, he takes down the Queen, which means there's nothing to catch.
There's no anti-air.
Yeah, anything that wants to come
larva.
deal with them is going to have to go through the hatch. Yeah, the lava's in range, and lava has a lot of armor, but Liberators do a lot of damage. And yeah, these Ravagers, yeah, they managed to take out one Liberator, and that's going to be that bit of harass done. But already preemptively, that 3rd base or 4th base has been lifted. But a couple SCVs are going to go down here. But they might tank a few Banelings, and that tank is in a great position. The Liberator's going to try and chase this down as the rest of the buy comes down to reinforce and will secure that 4th base location. Nerchio not looking so hot here, though. He does have 3 Ultralisks on the way. And we mentioned before, Ultralisks, they are pretty powerful on Legs of the Void. Once this chitinous plating upgrade finishes up, gives them an extra... Is it 1 or 2 armor from Legs of the compared to? Yeah,
Plus
okay,
4
so
armor.
it's 2 extra armor compared to Half the Swarm.
And they have +2 attack just about done. That will be completed once these Ultralists come out. 38 lings. Those lings will also be at +2/1. Those are pretty darn good lings, but he needs something to contest with these Liberators. For now, the Liberator goes on that 4th base production, but all the Roaches, all the Ultralists trying to do something, but there's just not quite enough. The Ultra runs in there and gets off maybe 1 or 2 hits. There's only 1 Ultra at the moment out for Nerchio. 1 more on the way. Upgrades are not quite there, and honestly, I don't think Nerchio should engage into this. He's so close to having those upgrades done, but he's going to try to do it. Siege Tanks will be killed, but GG playing the lag at this point. Pointless. Nerchio saying Semper takes game 1. Welcome back, guys, to ASL Season 5 Prime League Legacy of the Void Beta. Here we are in possibly the final game of the night. The player in the bottom right-hand corner is down a game. He needs to take 2 games consecutively to move on to the round of 16 with Masa. Representing Poland and Team Acer, the Red Zerg player, Nerchio.
And then over here on the left-hand side, it's a yellow Terran player from Team Gravity. We have Semper.
Semper, 1 game away from moving on to the round of 16. I mean, he's been in the scene for a while, but hasn't really made big impacts, and that'd be a nice move from him. Just, albeit ASL not the biggest, but compared to the players in ASL at the moment, that is a pretty darn big move.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is one of the bigger Legs to the Void tournaments, just 1v1 Legs to the Void tournaments.
I think it probably is the biggest, honestly.
Maybe. Take TV's Legs to the Ultras was fairly large, but yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of too many other than that. Either way. Yeah, pretty fast gas came down for Semper, so I'm interested to see what he does with that. I'm leaning towards Fast Factory, but of course he does have that reactor down as well, so he's going to be pumping out a couple Marines. And we saw him do something relatively similar, I think, on this map as well. No, maybe it was Massa. Somebody got out, maybe somebody got out a couple Marines to try and push away an Overlord Scout and get away with a quick factory. But yeah, I think it's something a little different here from Semper. He does have an SCV as well, hidden over towards the top left, just ready to check for a...
Oh, deny!
He sees it, just.
And he goes back just barely. You always got to remember the hatch. Oh, this will be a bunker right there. You always got to remember the hatch only has like 2 or 3 vision. Oh, if these lings, will they scout it? Oh, they do scout that. Marines are on the way, but I think that's kind of...
They actually can't get into that SCV. If he just kept on rebuilding
I agree. I agree. That's actually a really cool position. I'd love to see that utilized possibly in the future. But still, 4 Marines are actually pushing out. But does he even want to risk it? No, yeah, he does not want to risk it. Especially Nerchio Bailing Nest on the way, as you see right there. There's 12 lings, 10 more on the way.
Is he gonna
this is just looking like. What?
Like, he's building so many lings right now.
Yeah, what I was going to say is it looks like it's kind of just 2 base push, and I can fall back on my 3rd. The natural base of Nerchio only has 5 workers at it. So this is pretty darn pushing it. Oh, and he actually gets pulse around him. Still.
Yeah, he's going to get one of them. Going to get 2 of those Hellions.
Don't even get a ling
crucial. Yeah, how many lings did he even lose? 1 ling. That's all he lost in that. And now morphing 5 bandits, exactly the amount he needs to bust through both the reactor and the depot there. In fact, if he goes straight into the depot, he can take down the rocks and the reactor and the depot. That's value if ever I saw it. But, where's he going? Nope, he's going back across now. Okay, never mind.
That's a pretty darn big commitment. And he can't. He canceled the Banelings though. So where's that gas going? Roachwarn? It's going to be going to Roachwarn for Nerchio. Looks like Semper kind of like pushes out really hesitantly and was like, "Oh, whew, you're not there." Liberator's on the way with this and Armory. So Nerchio, this could be a deadly push. But on the other hand, I mean, sorry, for Semper, not Nerchio, my bad. But Nerchio's Banelings are going to be a lot later because he canceled that. This actually could go phenomenally for Semper here.
Yeah, it could do. Nerchio's got a couple banelings ready now, but just for, I think he wants to try and buy time and wait for that next lot of banelings before he really goes in. But that allows the Liberator time to get in position, and it's going to be tough to walk through there. Because one-shot all those banelings pretty rapidly, but wavers slightly in side 3 position, but he's going in. Just a lane.
Oh, he can snipe Larva now.
He's going to go straight into the banelings. Do go down to the Liberators, but a beautiful throw and one engagement there from Nerchio. But both queens go down.
And he kills all the Larva right there. There was a new thing of Larva. That's a really funny turn of events, quite honestly. Like, even though his army was completely just destroyed, and even the Ravager won't even touch it. That Liberator is definitely paying for himself. But just to point out again, the natural base of Nerchio only now has been saturated with drones. He's adding them on going up to 6 gas, getting out Ravagers. I guess we could see another Infestor play out of him like game 1. Muta's always a possibility versus Liberators, but we'll have to see. It's kind of funny since Liberators are the counter to Muta, but on the other hand, with OK Micro, you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, it depends whether you're facing up against like a serious mass Muta. Oh, just barely. Whether you're facing up like serious mass Liberator Terran, because then they still do pretty well. But it was just a couple of them, then yeah, you can magic box them just like a Thor. Another
one,
town
a second
player
Liberator.
Main, yeah.
And man, Nerchio's not quite ready for this. It's going to pick up a few kills here, and it's in range of Larva. No, it's not quite in range of Larva, sadly. But did it see the lair, which is pretty key. It does not actually see that lair, funnily enough. And the double Evo chamber. That Liberator, if he could get off a scout, she could get off a scout, that'd be fantastic. But even though it is almost a little shift clicky, this is taking up so much of the time of Nerchio, and it's killed 16 workers.
Yeah, another solid hit on that Liberator, but so far, 15 workers have gone down, and that's really putting a dent in Nerchio's econ, and he's not going to be able to get this Liberator, I don't think. Yeah, Semper's paying attention. Moves it once again, and he's just going to set up and keep on picking on these workers. 1, 2 more. Yeah, just adding him to his head count.
And off the back of this, Semper is taking his 3rd base here, and I mean, the second Liberator can do even more damage, and the Spore actually is on the way. Sorry, the Spire spots the Spire big, but the 3rd base of Semper is only allowing him to be more aggressive, as I was saying. Number 1, you don't have to worry about drops, which we'll just call Mutalisks for Zerg at the moment, or truly you could do drops, technically now it's viable, but...
Much more.
But the 3rd base of Semper is so aggressive. He's already got an army. It's the situation where he's been harassing for so long. He's got an army off the back of this. What does this 4th base realistically have to defend? 5 roaches on the way. A couple roaches done. There's just nothing right now, honestly, for Nerchio if Semper wanted to push in. I mean, there is stuff,
it's
but
kind of tough. One of the big points about roaches is how supply efficient they are and how cheap they are. Ravagers, though, I mean, they're completely different. Despite morphing roaches, they're 3 supply instead of 2, and they're an extra 75 gas and 25 minerals. So they're completely different. They're incredibly cost inefficient for their stats. So in the straight-up fights, unless Semper just decides to not split against the Ravager bombs, then they're going to be awful.
We'll have to see, though.
Nearly gets
Currently, there's only 1 Baneling for that amount of bio. That's a little bit scary. There is a little bit of AoE with that Ravager attack, though, I think. Yeah, area on impacts. Slightly AoE, so let's see how that pans out. Currently, only 2 siege tanks are here for Semper, but still, he does have a nice little kind of area he can push from. And Hellions at the main base! We'll get a couple of kills so far. 5 kills, you can see the left-hand side of the screen so far overall. Oh, the siege tanks will not actually be able to get down so far overall. Semper has killed 27 workers, really inflicting damage onto the economy of Nerchio, but this is it, guys. This could possibly it. Nerchio is currently down 1 game, but still Semper is desperately fighting the submarines who will back up. There is no Banelings. Ravagers do have that AoE, maybe to make something happen right there, but still, this is going so well right now for Semper, but there may just be too many lings and push this back. At the moment, though, again, there is no Banelings. The bio will just barely push through this.
Yeah, and the Ravagers... Oh, they are going to escape, actually. Ravagers nearly went down there, but Nerchio managed to keep a couple of them alive, but he lost a lot of his army there. He's coming back, but it might cost him his 4th base.
Even though it's a little gimmicky, think about this. You could go Mass Roach with Ravager against Bio, maybe with the AoE, even though it's very gimmicky. We'll have to see, though. Siege Tank's actually... Oh! 1 health, or 10 health left, and Siege Tank's barely survived. Still, I think Semper's overextended himself a little bit. He's got to pull back. 2-2 is a couple seconds away. He's got production. He's got everything good for this 3rd base to really make it a viable springboard into the 4th base of Nerchio, but he's just got to wait a couple seconds. Nerchio will get up a decent army. 3 Corruptors on the way to stop those Siege Tanks from coming down. And actually, plus 2-2 for his units, the melee. I'd love to see Ultralisks, I guess, here. He does have Spire out on the map, though, which will help with Corruptors. And actually, Nerchio's going for a little bit of a counterattack with 4 Roaches in the left-hand side, but Semper was actually kind of moving there anyways. Nope, Liberator shuts it down. That's one thing I've noticed a lot as Terrans do on Bridgehead. One Liberator shuts down that main base's ramp really easily from any counterattack.
I think Bridgehead is a pretty decent map for Liberators. Although it's not, like, as hot for the Liberator harass. It's okay to do it on the 3rd base. But just how many chokes there are all over the place, you can really lock it down. Either way, though, for now, Nerchio, I think he'll I don't know. No, he'll probably go for Ultras. I was kind of thinking if he'd go for...
it's got to be Ultras. I mean, with the melee upgrades again,
it could be Brood Lords, but
you're correct,
I think Ultras... Ultras are probably the better choice because they're just so strong legs to void, but for now, this is a very forward, very aggressive center base here for Semper, and Nerchio's going to try and punish him for it. Rolling in here with a whole host of Banelings. A couple of them crash onto the Siege Tanks. Looks like the Liberator's going to be taken down by the Corrupt in the sky, but Nerchio doesn't quite have enough to deal with the Bio. Slightly whiffed Corrupt Ravager bombs, and yeah, Semper just has enough to hold off these Roaches. GG, Nerchio.
Semper moves on to the round of 16. Right there, Semper fighting all the way through.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.